pressed go live, so you should be able to hear me theoretically if the words on my screen are to be believed. You know me, I always have to just be awkward as fuck for the first like 2 seconds of, not 2 seconds, more than that. Give my anxiety some credit for the first like 5 minutes at least of a stream. So yeah, just let me know if you can hear me and all that. Of course, yeah, we're here, it's raining, and yet here I stand, ready to do what needs to be done to get this island ready and to get everybody on the island ready. We have a lot to do. Oh, okay, good to know that the game audio is blaring. Very cool. I will just turn that right down and turn myself right up. Yeah, let me know how that is. Yay, thank you guys for letting me know that you can hear me and all that. So yeah, here we are. We're just kind of, let me show you what we're working on. Yeah, I'm trying to get like this. Oh God, Sherb, please. Popcorn, did you smell the yummy smell, nummy smell, whatever? Yesterday that smelled like chocolate pie. I smelled the smell outside of Lily's place. That's like so invasive. It's true that I was in the kitchen yesterday. I'm impressed you could tell it was chocolate pie. Well, he was looking through the window. My nose is the best one there is. It smells everything. And my mom says it's real handsome. So yeah, sniffing out a chocolate pie is easy. Sure, but I expect no less from you. I took extra care with the toppings this time. With a little work, it came out looking as good as it tastes. Aw, Lily, I don't need it pretty, I just need it yummy. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't care about what things look like. He really doesn't. Yeah, I think Sherb at one point, Matt, he just like tried to kill her, I think, at one point. He's pretty much tried to kill everybody, actually, as you know. I'm just really hoping that he behaves at the wedding. They are still going. No one appreciates the artistic side of culinary arts. I do. I really do. I get really upset if I make something and it's ugly. I get really upset. So yeah, and then I have to move this down because of course you guys know how it is. You know, I got to the little staircase and then I was like, fuck, I need to just move all of these down. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? How's your week going? We are getting ready for the chicken wedding on Saturday, and if you don't already know, you can actually attend. There's still some spots left. So definitely check out, there's lots of information on my Patreon about how you can come. It'll be like island visits all day. It'll be really fun. And we'll just be like a Discord voice chat, just being on Molokai and celebrating the lovebirds. Quite literally. It's always birds that get married on my island, huh? Probably because there's so many birds. There's always just been so many birds here. It's crazy. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I let them in. That's why. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, we're getting there, and then I have to change Ken's house to match Goose's, and then find something that goes in between them that'll link them. And then I have to do the same for Pierce and Pom Pom's house. And I have to do other things too. Yeah, just so many things. My feathered friends, no, literally, Haunted Mermaid. I have to look at Lily just observing the bugs. Beautiful. This is my gyroid like graveyard. I need to dig them up at some point. I finished, oh, I have to move that too. I'm going to move that over to the mess in question that we were just working on. I kind of finished this. I'm not sure how I think I like it. It's fine. You know, it's just like a little place to see the stars, I guess. I don't know. We'll see if I get annoyed with it and move it or what. But yeah, you know, we're getting there. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that it's finally happening. That we're finally marrying these chickens off so that we can just, you know, move on with our lives. First cough of the stream. I know that's right. We love to see it. Haven't coughed all fucking day, but as soon as I sit my ass in this chair, my throat's like, I think you have an illness. I don't know what it is. We'll see, I guess. Matt got his eye checked out, by the way. I know I was talking last stream on how he had like a little thing on his eye, and I was like, oh my god, I think it might be an abrade or like an ulcer or something. And I guess it's like just I think it's a small ulcer, and it's just like an infection he had, but they gave him some medicine and he's fine. He'll be fine. Thank God. So, so that's good, at least. Aw, Griff. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you could join the stream and catch the stream. I love musical theater. If you haven't noticed, I often invoke musical theater. I often sing show tunes. Oh my god, you got a role in the Heathers! Ow! Congratulations! What role did you get? That's amazing! Love Heathers, of course. That's incredible. Yeah, no, big theater kid. I was in theater up until, you know, this is like one of the biggest regrets of my life. I think it was sophomore year I was in my last production, but I was like so ashamed at that point based on the losers I was hanging out with who weren't theater kids. And I kept having to be like, oh, I have to go to play practice. And they're like, you're in the play. And I'm like, well, I was in it because it was a dare. I don't know. I just I've been a theater kid my whole fucking life. So I just thought I should be in it. Like, I just had no explanation. I was so like embarrassed just because they made me feel ashamed for things that I loved. And high school is like just such bullshit. Like you it's so sad, the things that you feel like you have to hide. Let me go get your gifts, by the way, people. It's just so sad that you feel so much shame for every little thing because high school kids are so mean to everybody. And it's not every high school kid, but it's a lot of them. I don't know why they do it, because I wasn't a mean high school kid. I was like nice, but I was also just like so desperate to be accepted by these mean people. I don't know why. And so I just was like, I can't be in theater anymore because these people in particular think it's stupid because they have no talent. They're talentless because they are too scared to go on stage, you know, because they can't sing, because they can't act. And so they have to take that out on me and make me feel like there's something wrong with me for being whimsical and cute and a theater kid, you know? And I really let that take a passion of mine away. Otherwise, I would have stayed in it throughout high school. But I was definitely a theater kid. I love so many musicals. Amy, I love you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you and all you do. I just love you. You're such a blessing to me. I love you. But yeah, that's an ensemble part is preppy stud. That's like perfect. That's so perfect. Well, good for you that you're keeping up with it. You've only ever been in one play prior to this. Good for you that you're in your second play, first musical. So happy for you. And I'm honestly also so jealous. Like sometimes I just think like I should just go join a play, like of adults putting on a play, but I don't have time for that. Even though, I don't know, I just someday maybe, I don't know. But I really just love theater. What can I say? I really do. And I just hope that, I know it's like, it's so easy to like look back on high school and be like, why did I let them take my passions away? Because like, oh my God, I was just so ashamed of everything in high school. So I feel like none of the friends I made in high school ever really knew me at all. Like at all. I just never was able to share like almost anything. Oh my God, the girlfriends are talking. So sweet, so cute. Hold on. Love, I've been getting a crash course in gardening taught by our resident expert, Renee. You know, she has such a green thumb, Bug. That's some shit two lesbians would say about each other. I guess I did, yeah. Like, did you even know it? She doesn't even look like she would, but she's actually really good at gardening. Just like little fun facts about their girlfriends. I just look at how stuff fits together. That flower with the grass, that gear with that camshaft bug. It helps if you don't mind getting a little dirt grease on yourself. Pay attention to the plants that are already growing well on the island. Seems obvious now, but she had to point it out for me to notice. I get it, Lily. I'm also just shitty with plants for some reason. Just look at what's already working for Ma Nature. That's all I do. You guys are so perfect together, honestly. I just love it. I love to see it. We love to see love blossoming. I just love it. Aw, Gianna, thanks for stopping by just to say I love you. Go to sleep. Go get some rest, bestie. Yay. Let me just catch up with that chat. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Ocean Waves is like high school. For some reason, everybody cares way too much about everything. And then college, you get there and you realize, like, holy shit, nobody cares at all. Like, people are being their true authentic selves here. It's crazy. You can just reinvent yourself, or you could just pretend that you never turned your back on your true self, and you could just show up and be yourself. Aw, Fluttershy. I'm in high school at the moment. Well, prayers to you first and foremost. I'm basically known as the My Little Pony kid. It's not embarrassing. I know that they're making you feel like it's embarrassing, but yeah, the people that make fun of you are losers, 100%. And honestly, I don't know. I've come to the point in my life where I've kind of embraced the cringe. I really have. Like, I just really think that it's fine to just like what you like and to not let anybody make you feel like shit for it. And in fact, I don't know, it's just like, I feel, I'm going to put I got to start my little path here. I feel like I have so much respect for people who have like very adorably nerdy special interests and like hyperfixations and just interests in general, because not everything has to be like pathological, Amanda. I just love people who are so fucking passionate about something so oddly specific. I love that. Like, I don't know if it's like, I was thinking about it earlier today, not me stuttering constantly. I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, I can't believe how much I've chilled the fuck out in my old age. I really have chilled out so much. Like, I used to be so high strung and so like putting on an act all the time, or like just being in character as just the happy, optimistic, either the conservationist who is always in educator mode, or what am I doing again? Oh yeah, no, not that. That's for sure not what I was doing. That's all I know. What is this? I don't want to be here right now. Hell no. But like, I don't know. I just was always either putting on an act or hiding the things that I really loved and having nobody to talk about it with, because I thought it was easier to just like, it just hurt me. I had like all this trauma from high school of like showing my true self for 1 second and having somebody laugh about it. And then I was like, never again. But now it's like, I have, such a great group of friends, and they might not necessarily be super into what I'm into, but they love that I'm into it. And it's the same for them. Like, I might not be super, super into what they're into, but I just love their little updates on the things that they're super into. Like today, for example, I am so, as you may or may not know, so hyperfixated on the Legend of Drizzt books by R.A. Salvatore. They're like a D&D story. It's so nerdy. These are books that are written for like 12-year-old boys, you guys, and I am just devouring them and then going above and beyond to do what? To research everything and to put it all in one place and to just grasp all the information and to have an overview of everything, because there's so much information. And if you know like these like very niche fantasy books, you know that there's just so many names, there's so many players, there's so many locations, there's so many ideas that are introduced. It's like so fucking much. And I'm also I'm over here like kind of cringing at myself, but I shouldn't be, because I'm also very proud of how cringe I've become about this, because I'm like, wow, that's actually really impressive that I am this way. I don't know. It's just like very quirky. And I will say, like, I'm also writing a big video about, it started as like just Minthara. I know, right? PSI Jordan. Is this the first D&D mention of stream? I think so. Yeah. I think so. But like I'm writing this like big video. It started as just a video about Minthara, but then it kind of became like the like Minthara and like the culture of Drows and BG3, like if you ever wanted to know anything about it. So I do like have like a reason to be collecting this information, but I like mapped the entire family tree of the Bainray, of House Bainray, the Bainray family from Menzoberranzan. And I was just like, I just randomly like sent it to my friends because I was going through like all the little things on my iPad, and I was like, it would be funny to send this to my friends and be like, I'm showing this to my psychiatrist when I go to my appointment next week. And I just sent them this big nerdy like, and it's like this huge family tree with all these little scribbles of like all the people, all the different Bainrays and stuff, and how they all interconnect and stuff. That's something I couldn't even fathom sharing with someone ever. And so it's really nice to just be fucking free, honestly, of the cringe. Aw, Tyreek, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Amanda, you inspired me to do something with animals. Aw, even with my maths degree, that'll help, honestly. So my master's in statistical ecology. I love that for you. Thank you for your contagious love for animals that has rubbed off on me. I am, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Thanks for sharing that with me. And honestly, like that's perfect, especially like as a math person, which I never was. But in statistics, I remember thinking like, wow, I can actually kind of apply this to animals and to like that stuff that I'm interested in, because yeah, it's like, you know, statistics is helpful and biostatistics is huge. Exactly, Lillian. And it's like really, really helpful. It's really cool. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Cryptic Crackers, you will find it. The confidence and finding friends who share your interests, like it's hard because I still to this day have friends that I can't 100%, like I can share some things with them and that's great, and they're like kind of my friends that I do this with, or like my friends that I do that with, and then they'll ask me about this side of my life and I'll be like, you know, it's just, you don't need to worry about that. I'll be like, I just do gaming, it's nothing, you know, and just I have to pray that they don't watch my videos, which I really, again, pray that they don't. But if any of you are watching these videos, I love you, but, you know, I don't want to bore you with the details of how cringe I am about other things. But, like, you know, it's good to have friends that you can just be fully yourself with and that have their own cringe little interests, even if they aren't in line with yours. Sometimes you just need someone who's as cringe as you about something else, you know? So yeah. That's the that on that. And I just promise, like, if you're fucking in high school right now, holy shit. I was thinking about this too earlier today. And I think about this a lot. About how people, like, when you're in high school, which I totally understand, it's not like I look back and be like, how could you be so stupid? Because I was the same way. But when you're in high school, I mean, that's all you know. That's like, that's your life. That's like the biggest thing going on in your life. And you're just like, I don't know, you just take everything that happens in high school seriously as you have to. Because, you know, if something happens and it's embarrassing and like people hate you and they're being horrible to you, then you have to still show up the next day and face it, and like that stuff still makes you feel like shit, and it can still be traumatizing and all that. But then one day it all just fucking stops and all those people just disappear forever. Like they can potentially disappear forever if you leave the town, which I know isn't an option for everybody, but like it could be a good goal, honestly, because that's the best thing I ever did, was just leave my hometown. I never hear from those people. If I see them on like Facebook or whatever, I'm usually just like, okay, cool. Well, don't do it in front of me. I don't want to ever see you again. And I don't have to ever see them again. And that's the beautiful thing. And it can be sad too, because you're like, oh no, I'll never see these people again. But it's mostly just so liberating. And so even if you do have to stick around in the same town, I'm not gonna put my bushes now that I finally have shit to do over where all of them have been. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I know. I actually do know exactly where to put these bushes. But anyway, yeah, it just ends one day. And you never have to see those people again unless you see them around in town. But you never have to sit in a classroom with them ever again. And it's just nice. And so you just have to, I don't know, just try to keep in mind that like these people are going to be so fucking irrelevant to your life very soon if you're in high school. It's like, it's 4 years, which is a long time, but also not at all. And it's just like, it makes me so sad, the people who, you know, have something happen in high school and it affects the rest of their lives and stuff. Like, I just, you know, I hate it. And also, I just think that teenagers in general are so fucking brutally mean. And I just hate it. I hate that people have to go through that. I can't imagine. I will say I cannot imagine being a teenager this day and age, like with just the way social media is now and everything, and how like every single thing you do is like online and people can see it. It's horrible. So just stay strong out there. Honestly, you guys are so inspiring. For real. Ivy, yes, I've seen the BG3 Stardew Valley mod. It is 100% on my radar, and I was actually going to record a video of me trying it out the other day, but thankfully one of my best friends in the world, Salem, of maybe Salem fame, let me know that they had tried it out for a video and that they had just experienced a lot of bugs and a lot of issues, and they gave me the heads up, like, don't, you know, waste a lot of time as a YouTuber, because we don't have a lot of time to waste by, you know, trying to play it and having all these issues, because they wasted a lot of time. Like, pour one out for Salem's wasted time, because that sucks. But yeah, Salem gave me a little bit of a heads up and was just like, let me, like I would give it maybe a week and just let them kind of iron out all the hiccups that are occurring. I don't know if any of you have tried it yet and are not getting any issues. Let me know for sure. But yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on it. And once it seems pretty, like a little bit more stable, I'm gonna definitely be doing a video of me, playing it, because I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. Oh my gosh, yeah, May. No, that's so real. The way I'm scared to have kids because of the way social media is changing how kids grow up. Literally, I am stuck in such a difficult position with Jade, because I don't know how things are going to be when she's a teenager. And you know, as far as internet safety, like, I am so terrified of the internet for children, for kids on the internet. I am so terrified for children on the internet. I really am. I'm terrified. It's just such a harrowing, scary place. And then I think about my childhood and like being on the internet as a child with like kind of unfettered access, because my parents didn't, like, the internet was new when I was growing up, and you know, my parents didn't quite realize the risks, and that I was like talking to grown adults in chat rooms and shit. But like, it's so much scarier now. It's so much, like, because back then, not that it wasn't still risky, but like, I don't know, it's just like, it's scarier now. It's way scarier now that the predators know how to use the internet to the fullest potential, and they have it down to a science in terms of like grooming children online and stuff. And so it's like part of it is teaching her how to be on the internet safely, but then honestly, I just don't think that it's good for kids to have like full unfettered access to the internet until a certain age. I always say to Matt, I'm like, it'll really depend on who Jade is when she gets to be, you know, a teenager, on what she's allowed to do on the internet. Like, if she's a total nerd and she's like very, you know, just trustworthy, I guess, then it'll be different than if she's like someone like I was as a kid, who I just know is going to use the internet irresponsibly like I did. But like, it's so hard to figure out like where to let them experience things and where to keep them safe. But I'll definitely be like checking stuff a lot, as I think all parents should. What am I getting out? Oh, another shovel. Like, I think that parents should definitely be monitoring their children's internet access 100%. And it's terrifying. It's just terrifying. It's really terrifying that kids have to not only have an online presence to be relevant with their peers, but then online is just scary. It's just terrifying. It's so scary. I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I just don't. Let me just catch up with the chat. I love you guys. Oh gosh, mermaid, the haunted mermaid, that's like the dream. My kid is 17 and isn't a fan of social media. That is the dream. I really hope. But you know what, you guys, I don't know, knowing Jade, like, she's just shaping up to be her own, I don't know what to expect from her, to be honest. She just makes me laugh. She's so funny. She's like such an icon. Like the other day, we on Sunday, I don't think do I have any shovels and I'm just not seeing them? Yes, I have multiple shovels. I'm like, I don't think I have any shovels, you guys. No, I have like a lot of shovels. The other day we went to Chuck E. Cheese on Sunday and it was so much fun. And then I'll keep going. And then since there was one right next door to the Chuck E. Cheese, we went to Shane Co. to get my ring cleaned, which like Matt bought my engagement ring, and then I got my wedding ring at Shane. And you can bring it in anytime and get it cleaned for free. And it had been so long since we'd been over that way, so I brought it in there. And while we were waiting for it to be cleaned, I was just looking at all the jewelry with Jade, and she was like so loving. She was like, I want that one. I want a ring. She goes, you have a ring and Dada has a ring. And then she looked at her fingers and she's like, where's JD's ring? And I was like, I know, right? We got to get you a little ring, a little kid's ring. I was like, I don't know if we're going to get one here. These are for, grown-ups. Hey, Matt. I'm just talking about how much Jade loved the rings and the jewelry and the diamonds, because she kept being like, diamonds. I love diamonds. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Yeah. And she just kept being like, I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. Oh, that one's pretty. I want the big one. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Like, part of me was just like, hell yeah, that's right. Like, that's what you're worth. 100%. You deserve that. We're not going to buy it for you, but you deserve it. And she ended up, I will say, throwing a massive tantrum because we wouldn't buy her like a huge diamond butterfly necklace that she saw. And she's like, I want that. I'm like, Jade, that's like thousands of dollars. She's not getting anything here. We're not making a purchase here today. And I was like, I guess it was my mistake for bringing her in there and letting her look at the rings and then being like, well, we're not going to get you one or anything, but you can look at them. And she's like, what? That's crazy. That is insane that you would do that to me. I was like, sorry, I just didn't think as a 3-year-old you would have that big of an interest in like real jewelry. I just didn't think, but of course she did. Of course she did, And another funny Jadey thing that she did that was very iconic. The other day we were outside and there was the stink bugs? That's like their common name, the stink bug. There was a little stink bug on the table, and I was like, oh, look at this little guy. And Jade's like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And she let him crawl on her arm, and he was like crawling on her arm and stuff. She's like, hello there, little friend. Like, I don't know where she gets these little sayings that she says. She's so cute. And then I was like, that's a stink bug. And she looked at me, she's like, no, it's not. It's a friendly bug, because she thought I was like insulting him. She's like, this is not a stink bug. And now every time I say stink bug, she's like, stop. They're friendly. I'm like, I'm not, it's not, it's like literally their name, so we have to call them friendly bugs. As we know, children yearn for the mines. Sorcha, that's so true. No, yeah, she was like loving the rocks, and I was pointing them out to her. I was like, there's your birthstone garnet, and I was like, there's like the amethyst and da-da-da, and this one and that one, and like the emeralds and stuff. And she's like, wow. And she was really, really into it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be, it's going to be a mistake. But honestly, I am very proud of her also for being like, I want diamonds. That's very iconic. And, oh yeah, Matt, we took her to Guitar Center too. And she is like so into the drums specifically. And she, you know how most kids, and I hate to be this mom that's like, my kid is not like most kids. But you know how like most kids just wail on shit, like wail on the piano and just like wail on drums and stuff. She just has like this innate rhythm, honestly. Like she just, like we put on like a beat on, because she has like a small little drum set at home. And I just feel like she's not terrible for a 3-year-old. I really feel like she gets the beat and she kind of keeps it a little, this rhythm. And so, yeah, she was really wailing on the drums. But she wasn't wailing on them. That's the thing. Like, she got to play some drums at Guitar Center. And she was really just, I don't know, she just was really doing great for a 3-year-old, in my honest opinion. Oh, yeah, no, Alex, she does know about Jade's the Stone. That's the thing. I was like, oh, my gosh, your name is literally like a precious stone, a precious mineral. Did you know that? And, you know, they didn't have any Jades at the time. But I will say that the lady that checked us in, that was at, like, the front desk, her name was Jade. And she, like, overheard us calling at Jade constantly. And she was like, sorry, I keep looking over. Is her name Jade too? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, me too. And then Jade, she's so funny. She goes, oh, hi, Jade. Like, it's just funny that she knew to do that, because that's the funny thing to do. Like, when you meet somebody with your name, you always say, like, hi, Amanda. And then they go, hi, Amanda, in my experience. And yeah, she just immediately was like, oh, hi, Jade. And then Jade, the other Jade, was like, hi, Jade. It was so cute. And I was like, you have the perfect job for your name. She's like, I know, right? Even though we never have Jades. I was like, too bad. But yeah, I kind of want, I'm really hoping that she does, like, keep up with the drums, because wouldn't it be so cool for her to be, like, this diamond-loving drummer girl? I don't know. I'm just loving that for her. And yeah, she's probably did a million other funny things, but as always, I forget everything. Oh my gosh, Matt, you're so right. We're gonna need an updated Amanda's Opinion on Every Villager video at some point, because so much has changed. You're so right. I've thought about that recently also, because yeah, so much has changed. Sometimes, like, I think about some of my opinions in that video, and I'm like, can you even imagine still feeling that way about them? Yeah, so much has indeed changed. It has indeed changed. So yeah, we're just, again, trying to get this island done before the wedding, and I want to try to figure out where we're going to set up the wedding area. What am I putting stuff away? Is that what I'm doing? It's, like, so hard to multitask, you guys. I don't know how other streamers do it. Do they just not check the chat as much as I do? Do they not talk as much, or do they just not have ADHD? Like, what is it about streaming that is just so hard for me to stay focused? Like, I probably didn't do what I set out to do in there. Maybe I did, though. Yeah, I gotta drop these little books off over here. Alexa, yeah, Jade is 3. She just turned 3. So she turned 3 in January 12th. And she's a 3-nager all the way, for sure. She's got, like, such this little attitude right now. That's so funny. She's so funny. Oh my gosh, she just had a meltdown that was so funny. And I was like, I gotta tell the stream about this. And now I forget. Like, sometimes she'll just be like, because at our house, we take our shoes off when we come in. And I'm always like, can I take your shoes off? And she's like, no! And she just doesn't want to take her shoes off until I have to catch her, like, not thinking about the shoes. And I'll be like, let's just take these off real quick. Oh, yeah, I remember. So she just got out of the bath, like, an hour or two before stream. And we have, like, hardwood floors, and it gets really cold. And so Matt was like, let's do some slippers, how about? And she was like, no! For some reason, she just didn't want to put slippers on. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, Matt, I'll get them out, because I was like, she has some slippers down here that she can put on, because she has slippers upstairs too. I was like, oh, the slippers down here, like, don't forget about those. And he was like, oh, cool, it's good to know. I didn't know she had slippers down here. So I got them out, and she's like, put those away! And I was like, I'm just getting them out. We're not putting them on your feet. And she's like, no, I don't even want to see them. So we had to put the slippers, we had to hide them in the cabinet. And I was like, well, if she decides to, like, if her feet get cold, then there's the slippers. But she just was like, no. I said no slippers. And I meant it. Customize something. What am I doing? What am I doing? Amanda, what are you doing? What am I doing? Yeah, I gotta totally remember. I don't know why I'm here. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I'm customizing the Ironwood cart. I am. Yeah, no, actually, okay, Ivy, she's actually a Capricorn. She's, like, at the cusp of Capricorn. I thought she was going to be an Aquarius, because that was that was her due date, like birthday. So I was gearing up to have an Aquarius, but she's a Capricorn, just like Matt. And just like, there's my dad. Speaking of Capricorns, thank you, Dad, for the super chat. I love you. Just talking about silly Jade, you know, she's always making us laugh. And yeah, my dad's a Capricorn. Matt's a Capricorn. Matt's dad's a Capricorn. Other people there's so many Capricorns. There's so many Capricorns in my life. And yeah, Jade's a Capricorn too now. So that's great. But honestly, it gives me some peace knowing that she's a Capricorn, because I just feel like it's going to help her with being my daughter. Like, I feel like she's, you know, I don't know. I feel like Capricorns are they're so focused, and like, they're so much better. Like, they have better willpower. They're not like these like pushover, like please everybody, has to fit in, like has to be relevant, has to be cool, has to hide away their cringe little things like a Libra is basically. Like, my Libra ass was always like, well, I don't want, like, I don't want to, I'm terrified of confrontation, so I just let everybody walk all over me, da-da-da. And like, Capricorns are not, they don't tend to be like that, you know? And her placements, it's actually, she's kind of an icon with her placements. Let me see if I remember this off the top of my head. So she's a Capricorn sun, obviously, but then I think she's a Libra rising and a Gemini moon, I think. It's either... yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. She's a Libra rising, Gemini moon. Like, how iconic, right? I just think she'll be okay. I think she'll be okay with those placements. We'll see. We will see. But that's the thing, Haunted Mermaid. So you said, well, obviously she isn't a fan of slippers. Normally she loves her slippers so much. And she's like, she gets to the point where sometimes I have to let her wear her slippers to the store because she just loves her slippers. So that's just her being just like, I don't know. It's just like, well, I thought you liked your slippers. She's like, not today. Like, get with the program, lady. I know, Sorche, that is a deadly awesome big three. Holy crap. I know. I kind of feel like she just, yeah, she's going to be set up for success a little with that big three. Yeah. Aw, Abby, that's such a good question. How do you navigate living so far away from your family? I'm currently considering moving back to Georgia from Mass. Oh my gosh, those are my two places. Because without the community of college up here, I'm struggling to build a support system. It's so hard. It is so hard. So, like, that's the opposite for me, yeah. And being away from my family is really sad. And it sucks that I have to, like, go on a plane to visit them. It really does. Was I gonna make this 3 long? And all that, and like, especially having Jade now, it's just so tough. But I don't know, being personally, just for me, like being away from where I live, I never really resonated with Massachusetts as like my landing place forever. And I just knew that it was like very critical for my personal development that I get out of Massachusetts. And that I find kind of my own place. I never expected it to be Georgia, but that's how it works, you know? And I've always kind of been that very independent person, but at the same time, me and my family are so close. So I have to be like, you know, having these like group chats with my family that are really helpful, and just, you know, talking to them very often. And doing, you know, like, I always call it Skype because I'm a boomer, I guess, but like doing Zoom call, no, not even Zoom, it's like FaceTime, like fully FaceTime. I don't think we've ever done Zoom. It's just always FaceTime, and I can't even call it that. I'm always like, we Skyped. I don't even think Skype is a thing anymore, like literally. But yeah, we FaceTime and stuff, and try to visit a couple times a year. But I'll be honest, it is really hard if you don't have like a solid community, or like a family kind of, you know, where you feel like you have family. It is really hard. It's definitely really, really hard. I should make this 3. Yeah, I should probably make this 3 wide, right? I don't know. Kind of don't like that, actually. I think 2. We'll see. But yeah, it is really, really hard. It's really, really hard. Yeah, oh, Sorte, that's such a good point. Massachusetts is definitely a do or do not kind of state to live in. If you like it, you love it. If you don't like it very much, it can be detrimental. That's so true. Like I love Massachusetts because it's my home. Like I absolutely have this pride about living there, and just, you know, this northern, like, oh yeah, that's how it is in Boston and Massachusetts, you know, that type of thing. But I don't know if it's just the snow, honestly, the seasons that I always hated, or just the vibe. It was like, I need something else. Like, I just like the way that, like, everything is here where I live in Georgia for some reason. Obviously not, you know, politics and stuff like that, but I like the way that, like, the stores are and, like, the neighborhoods. I don't even know how to describe it. I like the open spaces. I like the way the roads are. I don't even know how to describe it, to be honest. I just like Georgia. I like the wilderness here. I just like it. I don't know, the air I like. I don't know how to describe it, but I really do love Massachusetts so much. I love it so much for, like, everything else that, you know, I love the wilderness in Massachusetts in its own way. I love, like, all the amazing vernal pools, the ephemeral wetlands that they have in winter, and they have these big massive migrations of salamanders. And then I love the ocean so much. Like the Massachusetts shore and, like, the coast is so underrated. Overrated, I almost said as if. So underrated. I just love the amazing animals that go up to the cold waters there, and it's really so unique. And so it's nice. I try to look at it as, like, I get to kind of have access to both of these places. And I love Georgia, and I feel like I kind of have made my own place here, which I kind of needed to always do for some reason. I don't even know why. But, Plastic, have a good rest of your day at work. I hope that you make it through. It's tough. Thank you for the good luck on the island. Yeah, I hope so too. And Nina, what's the aesthetic vision for Molokai? I don't know. Just like something, we just needed something different. So I'm looking at, like, kind of trying to make it a little bit more of a neighborhood type thing that has some clear, like, rhyme or reason to it. But I just am like, I'm just needed something a little different. So I just wanted to just put everybody else in different spots and see what happens. So we'll see we'll see. I don't know if I'm even liking, I think it'll come together. I think it will come together. We'll see. We will see. Yeah. And yeah, that's so true, Mackenzie. The Atlanta Aquarium it's incredible. I love bringing people there. I just think it's an incredible thing. Oh, I'm so glad that you went because I recommended it, Veruca. Yay. That is, you drove from Alabama. Perfect. Yeah, it's so worth it. I'm so glad that you guys came and saw it because it's an amazing place. It's got to be one of the best aquariums in the country, if not the world. What am I doing with my time? I need to get the other bushes. Did I run? Yeah, I ran just fully away from the bushes that I need to get. Yep. Oh, yeah, Sorche, you went to college in Plymouth, New Hampshire. Okay. Yes, it is. Oh, there's so much good, like, herping there and stuff. There's some fun places in New Hampshire, honestly. I love New Hampshire a little bit, low-key, honestly. Love the White Mountains. There's, like, the White Mountains, and there's another mountain. There's the Green Mountains. Is it Green Mountains? But yeah, actually, I always talk about Storyland and Santa's Village. I always talk about those places, and my dad and me are, like, planning on taking Jade there whenever we can, and I just cannot wait to get back there. I'm going to be posting so many pictures. I can't wait to see Jade's reaction. And my dad's like, he's been there recently, and he was like, nothing has changed, like, literally nothing. And I'm like, thank God, that's so wonderful. I love that. Oh, Marina, thanks for dropping in. I so appreciate it. Yay. Oh, Abby. I'm going to visit Myrtle at the New England Aquarium this weekend. It's my first time. Well, tell her I said hi. I miss her so much. I was thinking about her just the other day, actually, because I was going through some old pictures looking for something. And I just, like, thought about how much of an icon she is. She's such an icon. She's got, like, the most incredible resting bitch face in the world. I miss my girl. My Myrtle girl. I'm just can't stress enough how much of a freak she is. She's like the biggest green sea turtle that has ever lived. She's not an accurate depiction of the species. That's all I can say. And I mean that with nothing but reverence. But she is such a freak, and I just love her. I love her so much. Yep, good old Myrtle. She's been there since 1970, I think, or 1975, something like that. Yeah, since the 70s she's been there, and she's still just kicking. She's just... Aw, Jones, congrats! You got accepted as a volunteer at a zoo. That's going to be so much fun. Good. That is awesome. Let me just check up with the chat. What am I doing? Why am I eating these apples? Oh yeah, Sorche, that's so true. The multiple months of everything is gray. I really think that had a huge impact on me. Like just the gray sky up until like April, where it is so cold, and like the dirty snow months. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's not cold enough to snow. It doesn't snow, but it doesn't fucking melt the snow either. So the snow stays for months, and it's all gross and dirty, and it doesn't melt because it's cold enough to sustain it. And it just stays like that, and it's just so, there's something about it that pisses me off so much. There's just like dirty piles of snow, with oily snow, just like the gross snow that just doesn't go away until like April. I hate it. And then, yeah, like just, I feel like my last year living in Massachusetts, we got 9 feet of fucking snow. My whole mailbox was buried. I was like, never again. I'm not doing this anymore. But then when I get snow in Georgia, it's like such a whimsical, magical experience. It's so beautiful. It's so magical. I'm going to put all this stuff away, actually. It's a good place to start. Veruca, exactly. Meanwhile, in the South, when it snows, the state shuts down, and I love it. I love seeing people panic about snow, as they should. It's not even because they're being babies. It's just because they don't have the resources that up north has. Like, they don't have a bunch of plows, and they don't even like people don't even have shovels or like sleds or anything here. They just don't. They don't have any of it. They use like yoga mats and stuff to go sledding, I swear, and like different utensils. They just have to improvise with sledding. And in some places, sometimes they sell sleds, but it's not. But I just love that it's a whole operation where when it snows in Georgia, it's like a legit snow day where everybody's inside and everybody's at the store trying to buy bread, and it's just everybody's panicking a little bit. I kind of love the drama of that, so I just really love it. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Lillian. NYC will have you walking in a blizzard to your minimum wage job just for no one to show up. Literally, I can't even count the amount of times that I did that in Massachusetts, just having to go to work even though the conditions were so fucking treacherous. Where am I going? Oh, I'm just gonna go drop this fossil off. Just so treacherous, and yet they want me to go to work, of course. But then here they're like, please don't come to work. We are concerned for your safety. I'm gonna bring all those presents over to where the other ones are, because that's our new like base of operations for everything that's like in limbo. Hi Dolly, I'm glad you could make the stream. So yeah, I am just again trying to finish this island. I'll be working on it a lot tonight and like tomorrow because we have a chicken wedding on Saturday. And I need to not only finish the island, like pretty much completely, because I'm going to be having so many guests. If you want to come, definitely check out my Patreon, because there's still some spots left to come to the island for the wedding on Saturday. We'll be doing it all day. So like whatever your availability is, there should still be some availability. And yeah, I got to make sure that the island's presentable for all the guests that are going to come. But I also have to set up a whole situation for the actual wedding itself. So, you know, we'll see if I can do that. Alex, that's such a good question. I've always wondered why turtles live for so long. Is there a reason? Yeah, there is. So it has a lot to do, and you can pretty much look at any animal's life expectancy, and you can get a good idea about just their survival strategies, I guess. So turtles, in particular, turtles and tortoises, they take a long time to mature. And once they do reach full maturity, they tend not to have a whole lot of natural predators because, of course, the shell thing, that really works out for them. You know what? I'm going to grab a bunch of these castle walls and take them to Reese and get them dyed so that I can keep putting them out. But anyway, yeah, the turtles, like once they reach full maturity, especially the longest lived turtle species, like the big giant tortoises and the sea turtles, you know, once they get to full grown adult size, they have almost no natural predators, like theoretically, without human intervention, because nowadays, you know, humans can just trump anything that nature has spent 1,000 million years. Why did I start with 1,000? Millions of years is what I meant to say. That has taken millions of years to set up. Humans just come and bulldoze it all, and that's why species aren't, you know, that's why species get endangered, is because they have no way of combating these new threats that come into their lives. But in theory, like over millions of years, over the 500 million years that turtles have been around, they have developed a system, kind of like a strategy of reaching adulthood and living for a long time and being like sexually mature for a long time and being able to, you know, like contribute to to the population as an individual for years and years and years and decades. And that is because they lay a lot of eggs. And then little turtles are soft. Their shells are kind of soft. And for a long time, they can be eaten by so many different predators. And so, like, you hear the statistic of this is just like for sea turtles, but in general, like 1 in 1,000 sea turtle hatchlings makes it to adulthood because it takes 10 plus years to get to adulthood. So they have a high hatchling mortality rate, and they have tons and tons and tons of babies. But then when you do reach maturity, theoretically, again, you're living for decades and decades and decades, and you are contributing so many to the population. And so that's why species like turtles specifically are so vulnerable to human effects, like human interference, is because they're designed to just to be, once they reach maturity, their shells are big and they're tough and they're thick, and they really don't have a lot of natural predators. So they live all this time and they die of old age a lot of the time. But now that humans are intervening, like, they don't die of old age anymore, and they have all these new threats out there. And so that's why, again, species like turtles in particular, as well as whales too, like, you think of the most endangered species and you're always thinking about whales, and you're thinking about turtles, and you're thinking about all these other species, sharks and stuff. And that's because these are species that once they reach maturity, they have no natural predators. And they're designed to live a really long time with no natural predators, but then with human interference, they have these new threats that they have not evolved to be able to deal with. But yeah, that's why turtles live so long, is because they die a lot as hatchlings, but then once they reach full maturity, they need to be able to live a long time to have lots of babies, because it takes a lot to get a turtle to make it to maturity. So yeah. Yeah, Boo Humans is right. Aw, Nate, I'm so glad you could make the stream, bestie. Colin Zero, do you like Tasmanian tigers? I love them, actually. I love thylacines. And, like, I am notably, famously, very, 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 very against de-extinction in any way, shape, or form. I think it's just so gross in general. There's just no real good reason for it, unless it's species that just recently went extinct or something. But like, for the most part, it seems to just be like this big spectacle type thing where they're trying to make like theme park animals that can never be re-released back into the wild, that can never actually serve an ecological purpose, that are only ever going to be born as these half like reflections of what they once were, because they're never truly going to be 100% like a representation of that species brought back from the dead. So like, for example, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to do it with thylacines or Tasmanian tigers. They go by both both names, and they're also trying to do it for like woolly mammoths is a more famous case where they're trying to do that, and they're just trying to do it to say they can, and they're trying to be like, look, see, like, we're really bringing back extinct species. And it's like, yeah, but these species went extinct a long time ago. And yeah, you know, there's maybe a little bit more of a case for a species like the thylacine than woolly mammoths, at least. But even then, it's like, I wish that you guys would just funnel all of those millions and millions and millions of dollars and those very brilliant scientists to do things for animals that need help right fucking now, that are important to the environment, that shouldn't be facing extinction but are, because we're selfish, and like, if they die, then things are going to be terrible. Things like top predators and just, you know, very keystone species that are going extinct. And yet we're over here trying to figure out how to bring back the woolly mammoth and the thylacine. But with the thylacine, at least they went extinct relatively recently, and it was because of humans, because they were blamed for a lot of they were blamed on like you know, killing livestock and stuff like that. So they were just decimated. And they are just these incredible, very unique marsupials. They have a pouch. They had like like this jaw that would open so wide, like wider than any other mammal. And they were just so unique. Like, I just hate that we lost these super, super, super unique animals. Like the dodo bird was so unique. The great auk was so unique. This big, huge, gorgeous seabird that they fucking decimated humans. And the thylacine, like, these are just three incredible species. I'm not done yet. Why am I running away? That were totally decimated by humans, and they are very unique and very amazing. And I would say that, like, I'll be pissed if they de-extinct them, but also, like, I'd be kind of into it. I would just feel like I would want to look. I would be like, okay, fine. But I just wish they were still here the way that they were when they were alive, because yeah, de-extinction is going to happen if they're going to do something similar. It's going to be like a hybrid of like a woolly mammoth with the woolly mammoth, like, just for example, with the woolly mammoth DNA, but it's also going to be African elephant, and then they're going to try to breed them to have like a certain hair length and color. They're doing selective breeding, and it's going to be like a hybrid, you know, and it's still cool that it's a hybrid, but it's not going to be like a true woolly mammoth straight back from like they were. And there has to be like a very close relative too for that to happen. So it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. And a lot of people think that there might still be thylacines out there still alive to this day in Tasmania and in Australia, but I don't know. I feel like a predator that large, if there was any meaningful population of them, that we would have had some more concrete evidence. I don't feel like that, you know, they're not, I don't know, they can't be laying that low. With trail cams and with all the technology that we have these days, how does no one have any like concrete evidence of them, you know? I don't know. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough because I really love Tasmanian tigers. I think they're so incredible, and we fumbled that so fucking hard. Same with the great auk and the dodos. Like, I just think we fumbled them, you know? No, yeah, that's so true, Sorche. Like, there's no way that they can be put back in nature. If they aren't taking into consideration the animal's role in the natural ecosystem, there's no point in bringing it back just for visual pleasure. And that would be the only reason, because they've been phased out of the ecosystem. And if they were to be reintroduced, they'd just be an invasive species. It takes at least decades, if not hundreds of years, if not to be fair, to be like sure, thousands of years for a species to really establish itself. Wow, I spent all my money with you guys. I'm not quitting on you. I'm broke. I have to go get money. But yeah, there's just like, there's no spot for them anymore in any ecosystem. And so like, it's just not, they would be in captivity forever, which there's nothing wrong with like ethical captivity. There are some species that can't ever live in the wild again because of how terrible the wild is for a lot of species right now. So it's like, that's not the problem necessarily. It's just like, why are we putting so many resources and so many millions of dollars into de-extinction if it's not really going to do anything good for the environment, like preserving real species that are in ecosystems right now, that ecosystems depend on, that can go back into the wild. Like, we should be putting resources into that. But you know how people are, they just want to do things like that instead. I don't even know. I know, Lillian, is so sad. I cried when I learned the dodos were exploited because of how friendly and naturally curious of people they were. I know, and people say they're stupid. I fucking hate that. They're like, oh, they were so stupid. No, they lived on an island where they had no natural predators, and where, they just didn't have a reason to be flighty and to be like scared of everything. And they were curious. Like, if anything, they were probably very intelligent, actually, because they had a capacity for curiosity and to want to like investigate things. They were probably actually pretty intelligent creatures. And yet people are like, the dodo, they're stupid. That's why we call them the dodo, on account of how stupid they are. But it's like, no, they were probably really, really intelligent little birds, and they wanted to know what we were doing, and they were curious. Like, curiosity in an animal is actually a huge marker of like significant intelligence, actually. Most animals with like a very simple mind, they are very flighty, and they'll just scurry away, and they won't want to, like, they don't care about scientific exploration. But then there's animals like that are very curious, and they come over and they try to investigate, and they are super social. Exactly, Lillian. Like, they just wanted to check it out, see what was going on, and it's just sad how we fucking exploited that, like we always do. You know, it's just terrible. So sad. I can't even imagine how cool and beautiful. Like, that is such a unique species. The dodo bird was so fucking unique. So unique. There's like nothing else in the world like them. So unique. And we just so fucking fumbled it. Just so fumbled it. Crows are amazing, Veruca. Oh my god, just corvids in general, like crows and ravens and magpies are incredible. They are so incredible. I was literally, Pixelbird, I was literally gonna say, like the great auk, again, because I've mentioned them a couple times and I always keep tacking them onto the end of the dodo, but you're so right. Like, don't even get me started. The great auk, what an incredible animal. Truly an incredible animal. I mean, think of like, the best way to describe them is like a giant puffin. You know, like, they were just this incredible, cool shorebird, seabird. They were massive. They were so beautiful, so regal, so incredible. And literally, they were initially hunted for meat by people, of course, like colonizers, honestly. And then they started going extinct. They started getting, their numbers started dwindling, and the demand for them and their eggs, and to put them in these shitty little zoos because they knew they were disappearing, and for their bodies, for scientific collections too, like just to have them dead in a museum. That was why people were hunting them, like all these little fucks who just needed, because back in like back in the time where they went extinct, it was like the early like the late 1800s, I think is when it was. It was very popular for like gentlemen, like white colonizers basically from England, like all these explorers and like these dudes that had nothing better to do. It was very popular for them to have like big huge collections of bullshit, of like mostly just loot, like shit that they stole or shit that other people stole. A lot of like things from Egypt and mummies and like the precious artifacts of indigenous people and stuff like that. They love to have these big libraries full of curiosities. And no, this is exactly, sorry, it's giving Victorian English, white people eating mummies. This is exactly the era when they were doing that too. And it was just like, they were all so obsessed with having cool curiosities to share with their other rich friends. And that's where a lot of great auks went. It was into these collections so that the people could be like, this is a very rare bird that's almost extinct from the New World, and I here have his body, da 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 da. Like, it's just so stupid. And so yeah, there's a lot of great auks that are just taxidermized because of how popular they were in these private collections of these men, these stupid men who just were obsessed again with having like loot, stolen precious artifacts, and dead bodies were a big one that they loved, and then dead animals. That the rarer the better. And that's really, like, honestly, that was a major fucking driver of the great auk's extinction. It's just so infuriating. It's just really, like, how stupid can you be? Like, you just fucking idiots. They're just all idiots, all of them, every single one. Stupid. Like, these are the same guys that they would get their hands on a Fiji mermaid and they'd be like, oh my god, it's a mermaid, you guys, it's a real mermaid. Like, they fell for that shit, hook, line, and sinker. They fucking fell for it. Idiots. They were like, oh my god, yeah, this is really what mermaids look like, a Fiji mermaid. Like, no, I've never seen a single one that doesn't look like pure rotten shit. Every single one. So yeah, we are, Joe, that is a great question. Where are we, Amanda? I know. We are working on the island. It's still very much under construction, and we are trying very hard to finish it before the wedding on Saturday. There is an actual wedding happening on Saturday, and I'm going to be having many guests. Some of you in the chat are going to be on my island on Saturday. And it needs to at least be somewhat done. But right now we are, in a state of disarray, as you can see. And so, Lillian, I can only imagine. I think we've heard a lot of stories. It makes me wonder how they saw real life women. Yeah, I don't know. I think they saw them as objects, I don't know. But it's just, Rusty, I love you. Praying for you. I just Googled Fiji mermaid and my day is ruined. It's just crazy, right? They were like, let's just like trick these men. And they got them. They got them every time. They got them. They'd be this charlatan, this fucking Ripley's Believe It or Not charlatan. And he'd be like I think that Ripley from Ripley's Believe It or Not actually participated in this. I don't know if I'm making this up or if like this is a real fact, but I'm pretty sure that he used to make Fiji mermaids and sell them to these suckers. But there's a lot of like, snake oil salesman ass charlatans that would be like, I've got this authentic, I don't know, the fucking stupid accent. I got this authentic mermaid found from faraway lands. I fought her myself with my bare hands in my pirate ship. And I don't even know what accent I'm trying to invoke right now. But like, I just, from the New World, I got this, that's always their bullshit that they just used to fucking say. And these men would be like, whoa, really? Are you serious? And he'd be like, oh, I'd never lie to you, sonny. Oh, for only, I don't even know what kind of money, like how much anything was or what the what the currency even was back then for those people. Like, what was it? Like fucking shillings? What was it back in England? Just straight gold or something for only 14 gold pieces. You can, I don't know what they were on. Probably rat shit and the Black Plague. I don't know what they were on, you know? But you know what, Joe? Thank you. I'm here rooting for Toxic Curie, Amanda Shino. I kind of love that. Thank you. Because I was thinking too to have to try to get Shino to come to the wedding. I don't know. You know, sorry. I mean, if you try to get me to sell me literally anything using that accent and voice, I would buy it without question. I'm genuinely that gullible sometimes. No, me too. No, me too. Y'all, when I was like 18 and I just started having my own money and stuff, I bought a straightener from one of those people in the mall. They got me with that shit. They straightened one strand of my hair with that thing, and I was like, yeah, no, I'll take it. I'll fuck it. And I won't lie, it was I would say it was actually a pretty good straightener, but it was way overpriced. I don't even want to know how much I paid for that bullshit. But they got me with that. They definitely did get me with that. But yeah, no. Rusty, internet trolls of the olden days were selling Fiji mermaids instead of terrorizing Reddit. No, literally. It's so funny how those charlatans like shaped history too, because there's a lot of things that you have to go back and try to figure out if it was an actual thing that would happen. And they've been in the history books for a long time, and they had to be like, was this actually real, or were you just lying, Victor, from fucking Victorian England? Like, what was this something that happened, you know? Or they have to reevaluate so many different things that the English fucking colonizer explorers reported as being like these things that we've all come to know, like, oh yeah, you know, this indigenous group of people used to do this and that and this and that. And it's like, but did they? Or were they lying to hype up the stories of like, that they, you know, to make it seem like they're justified in all the atrocities that they committed against these indigenous people? You know, they would come back with all these stories of like, oh yeah, they were, you know, totally like doing scary stuff. Like, I don't even want to use the words that they used because I just think it's so terrible. Like, you know, they would basically call the indigenous people like savages and stuff like that, which is so fucking racist and wrong, by the way. I just hate even saying it, even though it's just like factually. But a lot of it, like nowadays people are looking, which is good, but you know, people are looking critically back at that stuff and they're like, is any of this even true? Is any of this even true? And you know, yeah, you can go into those civilizations and see like evidence of it, but you don't even know if it was hyped up or if it was like, you know, if it was something that they rarely did, like human sacrifice, for example. Like, was this way more rare than we've been led to believe? Or like, was this way more toned down? Or was this like an ancient practice and at the time they weren't doing it at all? And just stuff like that. It's just like so sad how much history has been written by there's quotes about it, like history will be written by da 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 da, the people who blah 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 blah. I don't even remember the quotes, but it's stuff like that where it's just sad how like there's only one narrative in history, but then it like but then it actually there's actually an objective truth to what happened, and somehow, like, you know, how are we ever going to get that? Because even the archaeology has been tampered with. Like, Alex, yes, I was just about to start talking about that. Don't even get me started. I hate how much they destroyed Aztec culture, how they built their temples over existing ones. So true. And you, of course, like, would know way more about this than me. But yeah, they literally would tamper with fucking real, like, archaeological evidence and stuff. They didn't see things the way they should have, which is crazy. Like mummies, for example, y'all are eating 8,000, or like, is it 8,000 years? That sounds way too long. No, like 3,000. Yeah, that's what I meant. 8,000 is a lot. I think it's more like 3,000. Y'all are eating 3,000-year-old human bodies, dust, human dirt. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Stop. What do you do? Who told you to do that? Who the fuck told you to do that? Some fucking plague doctor who's like, I need to balance your humors by putting frogs on your joints. They used to put frogs on people's joints, you guys. You're listening to him? The guy with the stupid mask that he thinks he's doing something. You know that they would put, those plague doctor masks? Y'all, how stupid. And this was supposedly like they always say like, well, they're the English, they were what do they even call them? Like the rulers they were like the conquerors of the world, and they, you guys, they were stupid. Like it was just all luck, because these like plague doctors, for example, and I'm getting like, there's so many eras in question that we're speaking of right now. But the plague doctor masks are so stupid. They used to think that the smell of something was what got you sick, right? Like if you smelled a bad thing, then that was what got you sick. So the plague doctor masks were literally just to keep the smell away from their nose, and they would put like potpourri basically in the end of it so that they were smelling that instead, and they're like, this will keep me from being sick. Meanwhile, they're not even washing their hands, and that's how people are dying all the time. Y'all are doing surgery and you're not washing your fucking hands. You know that they didn't even start washing their hands as doctors for like hundreds of years and shit like that, and then they're like, we're the supreme rulers of the world and we just did everything right and that's why we won the day. And it's like, no, you guys really are so stupid. What are you like doing? But yeah, it's just like such a shame that they got to write history. That's kind of my whole point, was like that these were the people that got to write the narrative of the world, of the story of the world, and for so long like these like other voices were not getting to be in the story of the human story, and it's like these people who didn't even wash their fucking hands, and their doctors and shit, and they used to like put frogs on people's joints to try to balance their humors, to try to like get rid of the bubonic plague and shit. And these frogs are sitting there like, am I done? Can I be dismissed? What are you doing? Why am I sitting on this poor ailing woman? What is this doing? Like, I swear this is gonna help. Like, what the fuck? They literally made it worse. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy how stupid these people were. And then you go to the British Museum and shit, and they're like, these explorers were so intrepid and they really carved out a name for themselves into the world and discovered so much. And it's like, they didn't discover shit. They just walked up on it. It's like if you walked into Target and you're like, I discovered Target. And it's like, it was already fucking there. What do you mean you discovered Target? There's a bunch of other people here too. You didn't discover this. You walked in. But because it's you discovered it. Don't even get me started. Actually, I think I have long been started. But anyway, here's Sherb talking to poor Pom Pom. Hey, superstar, we were just oh wait, no, this is as if Sherb would call me superstar. Hey, superstar, we were just talking about which we like more, spring or fall. Spring has green and flowers and warm breezes, but fall has pretty leaves and tasty food. What about you, superstar? Which season is your fave? No, fall and spring are both lovely, but I think fall, like obviously, fall is where it's at. Yeah, fall fashion has like so much potential for the trendy combos, like scarves and sweaters and boots. So true, girl. I love fall fashion. Sometimes I fall asleep eating my Halloween candy and wake up with wrappers stuck to me. Yeah, that's not the only thing you wake up with stuck to you. Is that fall fashion? Mm-hmm. That and blood. You so totally only think about food, don't you? Food and blood. Aw, thanks for noticing. I swear to God, like if I was like slightly less serious about BG3, and maybe someday I'll be this way, but I gotta do like a dirge run, an origin dirge run as Sherb, as like a blue tiefling with horns and stuff, and he's Sherb and he's this ball spawn. I don't know, you know, because he really is. I put like a little picture of Ball in the sewers because he really is just a ball spawn, you know. But he's like probably kind of redeemed urge-ish, because he's like, he just blacks out and kills people, but he doesn't mean it necessarily. But he needs to kill, you know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I know, August, it's so funny, right? I'm reading an article about the methods they use to cure the Black Plague, and every one of them is so silly. It's so fucking silly, right? It's just silly. It's crazy. It's like, hello? So yeah, there's the Ball right there, because it's just, you know, the sewers, of course, and everything has to be BG3 related or else I'll die, you know? So yeah. But yeah, no, they were just totally stupid back then. Totally stupid. But unfortunately, for some reason, they just kept getting lucky, I guess, you know? It's just so stupid. It's crazy, the things they thought. Again. And that was the thing that stuck out to me, but there's other stupid methods too. But they just used to sit a frog on your arm and be like, this will help. I swear. No, bestie, no. And they literally, again, they used to think smell was the kicker, was the thing that was getting them. It was like, oh God, it smells bad. I'm going to get sick. Much like how people, like, I guess it's and this is something I think the human race is still fighting with. And I might even be wrong. Like, see, I'm second guessing myself, but I'm pretty sure that being cold, actually, like being cold, being outside, being in the rain, having no socks on or some shit, I think that's not a way you get sick. I just think that you don't get sick at all that way, right? Like, you have to literally become in contact with a virus to get sick. And yet still to this day, there are people alive. Like, my own parents would be like, oh, you're going to catch a cold if you go outside without your jacket on. I don't think that you catch a cold if you go outside without a jacket. I don't think that that's a thing, but I could be wrong, but I think I'm not. Because it doesn't really make sense why you would catch a cold in the cold. It just doesn't make sense. That's not science, you know? Yeah, it's just, okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, exactly, Mackenzie. Viruses actually do worse in cold temps. Yes, exactly, Sorche. You say that you have a headache and your nose is running. I know just what to do. Drains all the blood from your body. Yeah, the bloodletting thing. They were like, this will help, I swear. We just need to have, you need to have about 20% less blood. Less blood? Less blood? Less? Did you say less blood? Less blood cells to be helping fight the, oh, okay. Less blood. See, nowadays we give them more blood a lot of the time. Like, it's crazy. They used to be like, you just gotta take I think you're a little full of blood. Just gotta take some out. They were doing it like they're doing a fucking 50% water change on their fish tank. That doesn't work like that. Well, there's probably some like bad blood in here we gotta get out. What are you talking about? And that's the thing. Where did they learn this shit? You want to know where? Some guy who made it up. There's just no evidence. There's nothing that would really indicate that putting frogs on people and draining their blood would do anything. Like, there's just no indication. There's nothing that would really like there's just nothing that would indicate that, to my knowledge. You know, I don't really know what they could possibly have been seeing to be like, yeah, you know, grab the frog. I think I've cracked this. I think I know exactly what to do. Take the frog and put it on her elbow. Where did you come up with that? Where'd you come up with that? You know, they did use leeches so much too, as Esmeralda Jade. Hopefully I'm saying that right. love it, by the way. Esmeralda, no, Emerald. There's no S there. I can't read. I'm sorry. I can't read. I said Esmeralda. There's no S there at all. Anyway, love you. Didn't they use leeches too? They did, yeah. And I will say leeches can be helpful. for very specific things, very, very specific things. Like if you have necrosis, if you have like dead, dying tissue and stuff like that, if you need new regrowth, that's actually really helpful, and they can still, leeches can still be used to this day to help with that. And so there were maybe some lucky, happy accidents where they were using leeches and they actually did help. But for the most part, no, they were just putting leeches on people that were already sick and ailing. And they just added leeches to the mix. Just added leeches to the mix. Isn't that so funny? It's just crazy. I just hate, like, sometimes, you know, I think about, like, I was, again, thinking that I was cleaning a lot today, and Jade actually let me clean, and she was, like, in her own little world, which I love. She's starting to really play, like, pretend, and like, this is where I shine. I get to play with her, pretend. But I actually did do some cleaning today while she was playing, and I was just thinking, you know, to myself, and that's another thing I was thinking, because I keep, you know, lamenting about how terrible of a timeline we're in, and I keep being like, this is the worst, like, we're in the worst timeline. But then I think about shit like that, and I'm like, you know, right now sucks, and it doesn't necessarily help to, like, compare it, because at the end of the day, people are still getting hurt and all that. It's not, I don't know, it's not like, I'm not trying to be like, hey everybody, chin up about what's happening, because people had it worse at one point, or people have it worse in another place. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I was just thinking, like, yeah, like, at the very least, at least do we get to survive through to, like, like old adulthood, because back in the day, you know, you get sick and then all of a sudden they're putting leeches and frogs on you, and they're saying it'll help, or they did surgery and you were awake. They had no anesthesia. They would just have to cut you open, you guys. They would have to amputate you, and you just have to bite a block of wood. And they wouldn't even wash their hands. It was, like, very likely that if you needed an amputation, or if you needed a surgery, a primitive surgery of some sort, that you die. You die from the infection after. The surgery doesn't help. It only makes it worse, honestly. Oh, here's Salem. I was kind of low-key hoping that you would be here. Yes, they did use leeches. They also use cupping, like that. Yeah, the cupping thing. They used that, and it's still used in certain therapies. We had special bloodletting bowls and fleams that would curve around the arm. Crazy shit, right? I knew you would have some facts about bloodletting and leeches and shit. I would, Rusty, no, that's so true. I would like a frog on my knee. Unpopular opinion. No, that's the thing, is, like, at least it's like nice to know that they had, like, a little frog encounter on their deathbed, I guess. Or you just give a lobotomy. That's the thing, right? Like, that's kind of what I was thinking, is, like, at least I live in a time where science has, like, progressed to a point where we don't do lobotomies anymore, or, like, frogs and like leeches for everything, bloodletting for everything, type stuff. Like, at the very least, you know, like, the amount of, like, children that just didn't make it past 3 or 4 years old was astounding. And I just can't even imagine living in a time where you basically just had to accept that your kid, that you're probably gonna have children that don't make it. That can't happen in my world. You know, I just would not have survived very long in those eras. And a lot of, like, so many women died during childbirth. Yes, Kate, that just occurred to me as well. I was just reminded of that as well. You guys know why they invented chainsaws? Do you guys even know why chainsaws were invented? You want to know? You'll never guess. You'll never guess. They were invented to help with childbirth. What? What do you mean? And then while they were using them to help women give birth, they thought this would be great for cutting down a tree. Hey, what if we use this on a tree? Because I'm using it on a woman's body right now, on somebody giving birth's body right now. Hello? What do you mean you invented this to help get the baby out? What? How are we gonna do that? You know what I mean? That's crazy. They wanted to scare the baby out of you. and the baby just comes out. Ah! Yeah, I wish it was that, Lily. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, we just really didn't get it for a long time. I would say we just simply didn't fucking get it for quite a while. And then one day we kind of woke up, but even still to this day it seems as though we don't quite get it. I think we're getting there, but I really don't think for a long time we just didn't get it. And so that's why it's just so funny when people just try to make this narrative of like these brilliant English explorers coming from a world of science and philosophy and great thinkers of their time. You're delivering babies via chainsaw and putting frogs on people's elbows, among so many other things that are not. Yeah. Yeah, right. Let's go back to the old days. I don't recommend that. I recommend strongly advise we don't do that. We just continue moving forward. Would be really great to do. Holy shit. Like, it's just crazy, and then just like anytime a woman had any emotion ever, they're like, she's hysterical, she's suffering from hysteria or whatever the fuck they used, you know what I mean? And then she'd be like, I literally just had a baby, my hormones are crazy, or like just I'm realizing that we live in a horrific time and all of you are wrong, and they're like, just send her to the seaside, she's suffering from demons that we cannot even imagine. And it's like, I guess on some level you're right. Yeah, I am suffering from fucking hysteria. You just cut my girl open with a chainsaw to deliver her baby. It's just crazy. A lot of these men that have their names in history books were such idiots. To the magnitude of how stupid they were can't even be put into words. And I think I'm gonna actually end this here. Not the stream. This path. Talking to myself, but like the fucking level of thinking, of thought that was being done was so stupid. And yet these men have their names in books and have halls and museums named after them. I need it to end. And in my world, when AOC is president, no more of that. No more of that, The world that liberals want, the museums are going to be so different. There's going to be so many cards just naming and shaming these men and being like, so listen to this bullshit. The reason this artifact's here, this guy was an idiot, so that's why, I just think we need to start shaming their bloodlines, Just so do. Yeah, I know, exactly. Sleep is so true. Let's not forget lobotomies to tame or cure hysteria or something. Like, so many women especially were getting lobotomies. Whose idea was that? Just to be like, I know what we need to do. Just fucking drill holes into their brain. That'll help. Where did you get a silly idea like that? Where did you get that from? Dumbass. All of them. Just all of them. And they thought they were so smart. They thought they were really smart. They did. They thought they were like, they really like fancied themselves. That's why they just would show up. They'd be like, I'm going on an expedition to the New World and I need to da-da-da-da. And they needed to explore. They loved to explore and just crazy and shock therapy. Like, let's just shock them, see what happens. Whose fucking idea was that? Whose idea was any of this? That's what I want to know more than anything, is just who was it who was like, hey, I have an idea, I think it will be great. Yeah, men, always men. And that's the thing, like, everybody's like, see, this is why women shouldn't work in this field or that field. We barely managed to get here at all because for so long it was the men coming up with shit. And they were stupid for much of history, as it would seem. Yeah, Kimberly, this is a perfect conversation to just walk right into the middle of. We are definitely just dragging those who came before us, because God, were they stupid for so many years, so many of them. I know, yes, Salem. It's kind of crazy how much of a trendy, creepy thing lobotomies have been lately, when it was beyond gruesome. So beyond gruesome. Such a betrayal. Such a like just act of pure violence. Honestly, just violence to be like, let's just inflict brain damage on someone so that they'll shut up, basically. And that's so evil to even say, but that's basically what their thought process probably was. It definitely was, honestly. Like, let's just break their brain. It's just terrible. It's honestly so barbaric and terrible. So yeah, that's again, like, I don't mean to say like we actually live in such a great time and we should be so thankful. That's like kind of not what I'm saying, but it also kind of is just to cope myself with how bad things have been lately, you know. Again, where I'm like not trying to invalidate how bad things are, especially for like trans people and people of color and immigrants, because at the end of the day, like, it just doesn't help ever to compare a bad thing that's happening to bad things that have happened to others. Because like, if a bad thing is happening to you right now, then it's the worst thing that could possibly happen, and it doesn't matter if something bad happened to somebody else at some point ever anywhere. And that's kind of my philosophy on that. But I'm just trying to cope with being like, well, at least we have a chance. Whereas back in the day when bad things would happen, we just wouldn't even have a chance because everybody was against you. And like, at least if we get sick, we might be able to be cured. But even then, our fucking healthcare system sucks. But it's better at least. And that's just, I'm trying to hold on to happy, nice, good things. But even then, it's like, what? Where? But yeah, you know how it is. Rusty, I know. The whole time I'm watching the stream, I'm wondering how the fuck the island's going to be ready by Saturday. Well, thankfully, I will say the next few days I'm going to have some time to really sit down and dedicate to this. So don't you worry. I will get it done, like, by the skin of my teeth, like I always do. Yep. Exactly. Yes, we can thank other women for the fact that we aren't forced to have lobotomies and shock therapy nowadays. That's so true, Sorche. Thank God for women. That's right. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, we need to start being in charge of absolutely everything, because men cannot be trusted. They are too stupid. They have bad ideas almost always. And it's just, sorry to the men out there. I'm sure there are some good ones, The Legend of Drizzt books were written by a man. So it's like, BG3, like there's a huge team of women and non-binary people that helped on that as well. But like, a man runs the company and gave them the money to do it. So that's one other good thing a man did once. Can't think of anything really else, but I'm sure it'll come to me. Yeah, there's some nice men out there, Matt cooks me food, so that's a nice thing men have done. Stuff like that. Yeah, there's an occasional nice guy, good guy, but for the most part, I just think we need to stop letting them be. Yeah, Concerned Ape can be, he did Stardew Valley, so that was nice of him. And, sometimes you can see it, but it's like, it's rare, I would say. And so that's why we need to start. Where am I going to put the Able Sister? Sorry. Able Sisters. Where are we at, folks? Yeah, you know what? Maybe I do. I don't know, actually. We'll figure it out. But yeah, time for women to be in charge, please. Not all men, but always men. Cloud season. Yeah, it's true. Again, there's good guys out there, but not all the time, not often. And if you are a good guy, then prove it. Do something awesome, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The only true good man is the one in your name. Hell yeah, Mackenzie. Thank you for the super chat, bestie. That's what I'm saying. I always say that, Lillian. I understand men. I have a brother, a husband, a father. I'm always like, it's not, I don't hate men. I live with a guy. My dad's a guy. I got 3 brothers. Come on. I got friends who are dudes. I get it. You know? Yeah. Kimberly, exactly. Basically, all I'm saying is drow culture has some good points. Exactly. And if you are gonna be a man, then you better be Driz Do'Urden and save the realms and be the best possible dude, to the point where you like oftentimes put you and yourself in jeopardy. You and your friends, I should say you and yourself and also your friends in jeopardy, because you hesitate to kill people because you're like, but it's wrong to kill. And they're like, Driz, you're in a war. It's okay to kill sometimes. And he's like, but I'm sad. I don't want to. It's me. Like, I just don't. It seems like he doesn't want to die. And it's like, yeah, well, do you want your loved ones and good people to die? Then you gotta, unfortunately, sometimes you have to kill people. And he's like, okay, well, at least I'm good at it, I guess. But you have to be like that good, where it's almost too good, you know, where you're like getting yelled at and you're actively putting yourself in shitty situations because you are such a good person. That is the only time that, you know, and then maybe we'll let you be remembered fondly and loved and beloved by all. And if you are gonna be evil or morally gray, you better slay while doing it. That's what I'll say. You better be funny, you better slay, and you better also not actually be that evil and just be kind of evil in a slay way, where you're just like scamming people and just, you know, scamming rich people, like Luigi evil, which isn't even evil actually. I was just thinking of Jarlaxle, honestly, who 90% of you won't even, it's not even irrelevant. Didn't I get all those castle walls? What am I doing? I'm trying so hard to curb my autistic mind from talking about Jarlaxle, who is another drow male who is morally gray sometimes, mostly a great guy, but also a pirate who sometimes does morally gray things for money, but he slays. He invented fashion. and so therefore he's valid also as a man. And he's also not straight, so that's great. Helps a lot. Evil in a sleigh way. That's right. XOXO raw XD. Exactly. So true. I gotta put like a pillar or something there. Or no, I just gotta move them all down. No, I can't. There's another bridge or staircase, whatever. I gotta start paying you, little guy. Hello, good friends. Take all my money. Yes. Still can't believe how hot Luigi ended up being, huh? Those pictures that they recently got of him, can you fucking believe that? Can you even believe it with your own eyes? How gorgeous and beautiful he is. And he killed a CEO of a healthcare company. And he almost got away with it, and he would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for that fucker at McDonald's or something. Or maybe he wanted to get caught. I still don't really know. But like, he's just gorgeous. He's beautiful. They take these pictures of him and it's like, you know, it's just like, wow. Like, just, you do not see people that beautiful very often. You just don't. Like, I am struck by his beauty. Every time I see him, I'm like, like, just the eye, just the paint. He's just, and like, I love the tweets of people being like, oh my God, the fucking, like, Renaissance painters and sculptors, they would have loved him. They would have just gone crazy for him back in the day, like fucking, you know, Michelangelo and all those fuckers who just loved making likenesses of hot people. He's got that face where he's just striking. It's just a once in a million years type of beauty. You know, they just keep getting these pictures of him just existing, just sitting there, and you're like, he didn't do any, but why are you guys doing this? Let him out. You're just jealous, you know? It's just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say half the time. Don't even know what to say. Yeah, Alex, it's a face that would launch 1,000 ships. He would have caused the Trojan War too. Literally. Oh my God, Mackenzie, I have to see this. Someone made an edit of him. So he was compared to Spirit being captured with like the, you can't take me, I'm free. I have to see that. That's so fucking funny. I love it. I love it. But yeah, it's astounding, honestly, and I just hope that they have tainted the case so poorly, which honestly I think that there's like a good, like, usually it's like, it's kind of a big cope when you see people being like, no, there's a way that we could beat this, like he could get off. Like, usually it's like, I don't know, I think he's going down, unfortunately. He really took one for the team. But in this case, I'm like, honestly, yeah, please do, Mackenzie, send it in Discord, because that, I need to see it. And yeah, it's just, I really feel like the case could honestly be thrown out because of how tainted it is by like them being like, let's just get everybody to just do his like perp walk, and we'll just be so like weirdly stringent and like have everybody there, and it'll be like crazy. I don't even, you know what? Oh yeah. If you're wanting to go to the wedding, by the way, there's definitely spots still open. So check out Patreon, and it'll give you instructions on how to sign up and stuff. And then just make sure you're in the Discord server, which is patron only. It's like the best place ever in the whole world. Just love it there. And that way we can be in the voice chat together, and you know, yeah, we'll just have a great time on Saturday. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. And we're gonna start hopefully doing more island visits. Yeah, those pillars are fine, right? Salmonella, bestie, thank you so much for the super chat. Off topic, but I had a randomly generated sim named a man to enter my lounge and cause drama with the customers, and the game wanted me to kick her out, but she was slaying, so I let her cause chaos for fun. Thank you. Yeah, that was me. That was my spirit. Yeah, I feel like I felt that one night. I was just like, I'm getting up to something in another life, aren't I? That was me. That was my spirit there doing that. So thank you for letting me. I needed that. I've been so busy lately, but I really want to get back into The Sims really, really bad. I need to. Yeah. No, for real, LMF 354. I feel like it's too late to even sequester a jury. Honestly, like I can't even imagine where they could go to like do this, to do a fair trial for this poor guy, you know? I just hope that like the jury, if they do end up bringing it to trial, there's no jury in the world that'll convict that face, that little face, those little eyes, the puppy dog look, you know, they're gonna be like, there's no way he did it. He was probably too busy modeling. He was probably too busy being popular and hot. Like, hot people don't do this kind of stuff, you know? They just don't. They just don't. Oh, Molly. Oh my gosh. In case y'all are wanting to stay updated, my nose is too stopped to accept the nasal spray to help me breathe. Terrible. This kid better be super cute for causing these allergies. Are you pregnant? If not, I am sorry for assuming, but if so, this kid's gonna be so cute. I feel like the more you go through, the cuter your kid is. Like, I had HG when I was pregnant and threw up pretty much every day of my pregnancy. Every single day I threw up, you guys. It got to a point where I was just like, well, right now is throw up time, and then I can start my day. And then Jade ended up being so cute and so perfect, so it was all worth it. But yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Sorry, I'm just running around crazy. I'm trying to figure out what to do because I just don't know. I don't know what else to, like, I don't know where to put. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, the Bradford pears fucking suck for allergies. They suck. Yeah, I've just like, I gotta like, the rest of this layout right now, I need to have like a mind fully clear of distraction to figure out where I'm going with this. But I think I had some other things I was gonna do. I'm probably gonna wrap up at around 10 just because I have so much to do. Again, just with this island, but then I'm also trying to get the next BG3 video done and all that. But yeah, we'll at least be on Saturday. We will be celebrating the boys, the chicken boys. You know what? Yeah, I'll get my Archelon thing out. See if that is see if that's ready. Heath, yeah, any specific theme for this renovation, or are we focusing on the wedding? Well, you know, I'm just honestly trying to get this whole island done. We're just trying to get it done because it's still in a state of complete disarray. And then once it's done, I'll be able to set up for the wedding. So yeah, we're just trying to rush to get it done, you know. Yeah. Oh, Molly. Yeah, I hope everything else goes so well with your pregnancy. I know it's so hard, but I promise it'll be so worth it. And even, you know, as scary as that moment might be, it'll also be the best moment of your whole life. And then Jade is like, it's hard being a parent, but I'm like so loving it. I love it. I love being Jade's mom. She's just so funny and just so fun. Even if it's hard, like, yeah, there's some days where it's so hard. I'm like, holy shit, this is so fucked up how hard this is. It's crazy. But then it's also just like the happiness is really, it's like people are not lying about saying how hard it is, but they're also not lying about saying how wonderful and happy they make you, your kids, you know. Like that love is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh my God. Like, ow! Like, and I'm so glad to have, like, one thing that does make it, you know, easier, and this is honestly a privilege, is just having a partner that is helpful and that actually really does help with the child and is a participant too. And I'm not like totally the default parent. And the only reason I would be the default parent is because he's at work during the day, like out of the house. But other than that, like, you know, we both really help. But just today, like Jade, I taught Jade how to pinky promise, and I taught her like with our pinkies. But then, of course, her little toddler, 3-year-old brain just didn't remember that, like, the pinky mattered. So now she'll be like, pinky promise. And she'll just come up with you, like, with her pointer finger or with her middle finger. The other day, she came up to us, like, flicking us off. And we're like, pinky promise. And me and Matt look at each other. And we're like, and we both, like, make this face like we're about to cry. And we, like, press our eyes shut. And we're like, yes, let's pinky promise. And she'll do it with, like, her middle finger. And it's so sweet. Like, she has no idea. And Matt, just today, tried to be like, hey, so this is your pinky. And I was like, don't do that. No, let her. She'll figure it out on her own eventually. But you need to let her just be adorable and wrong for as long as possible. That is my philosophy. I don't care. Like, there's a lot of parents who are like, we never baby talk. We correct everything. We want them to know right away from the start. And I'm like, good for you. That's fine if that's your parenting style. And if your kid's going to come out and be like, actually, this is the pinky finger or whatever. Like, Jade knows so many different animals. She's so smart about other things. She knows so many everything. She's so smart. And when she's like wrong, but it's like so harmlessly wrong in a toddler way, like the words she says wrong or the little things she says wrong that are harmless, I love it. And I want it to persist for as long as possible, to be honest. The thing that I will correct all the time, every time, is animal stuff, though, like animal facts. Like if she calls a stingray a manta ray or something, or says that she's gonna feed a horse like a hot dog or something, I'm like, well, horses are herbivores and probably not good to feed them a hot dog, you know, that kind of stuff. I will correct her animal facts every time. What am I getting out of here? More walls or something? Or didn't I just say, I know there's a thing I can do and I just forgot or something? But anyway, yeah. the cute little things that they do that are just so innocuous, I'm like, do it for as long as you can, because eventually it'll just naturally happen where they'll just start saying it right one day because they've been exposed to enough in the world where they're like, oh, that's how you say it, okay, you know. And then it'll break my heart when she starts saying those things right, but at the same time it's like a rite of passage. So yeah, I like say words the way she does. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how you say that, is the total wrong toddler way, because I just need to have her be little and adorable, so adorable for as long as possible, you know. Oh yeah, Molly. Oh my gosh, you're in Georgia too? Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. And the fun play dates we'll have to the Georgia Aquarium and Muppet Museum. Looking forward to them. Yes, as you should. And they are just as wonderful as you're envisioning in your brain. Like bringing her to see animals, or like even to Chuck E. Cheese the other day. Like what a treat that was for me to just watch her have fun at Chuck E. Cheese and stuff. Like I just love watching her have fun, you know. And going to like the puppetry museum and just like all the cool stuff that there is to do. Like she does gymnastics, and just watching her do gymnastics, I'm like, I love it. I just love watching her develop her own little personality and just have fun. It's like the best thing in the world. Cloud season, is she into anything? Is she really into anything right now? Yeah, she is. She's into Peppa Pig. That's like the big thing right now is Peppa Pig, to the point where she's kind of talking in a slight English accent. I don't even know what I'm looking for in the storage. I'm sure I went in there initially with a goal, but I forgot, so whatever. Yeah, she's super into Peppa Pig, but also super into horses and into Spirit. Oh, this is the best. I'm so glad that you brought this up, because I finally remembered what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, she's super into Spirit, the horse, and into horses in general, which is like just making me so happy, because I was a huge horse girl. I've always been a horse girl, especially a Spirit girl. Spirit like fundamentally changed my life, and she's getting exactly what I want her to get out of Spirit. Like the other day, you guys, this is like such wonderful news. Such wonderful news. Is Mommy Pig pregnant, you guys? See, we're watching, oh fuck, Mommy Pig's pregnant. I gotta tell Matt, because me and Matt get so into her shows and stuff. Like the other day I rewinded something, I was like, you gotta watch Peppa, what she does in this moment. Like, because there was this one moment where like her friend was trying to say a fun fact about something, and then Peppa just starts singing this song and getting all the adults to pay it. Peppa's a little bitch, but I love her. She's so iconic, but she's such a little bitch. And I love how they portray children. Like these shows by the Peppa Pig people, there's that show, and then there's Ben and Holly's Magical Kingdom, which is by the Peppa Pig people too. They are so funny. Like they have such a good sense of humor. I know I'm getting off on a bunch of tangents, but all that to say, I did not hear that Mommy Pig is pregnant, because we watch it on YouTube. Just like old episodes, I guess. But where's Pep? She was on the news in the UK. I can't believe it. Oh my God, George and Peppa are gonna have a baby sibling. That's crazy. This is the biggest news since baby Alexander, their cousin, was born, you know? Jade's gonna love this. She loves babies and stuff. So I just need, thank you for letting me know, so that tomorrow's gonna be all about Mommy Pig being pregnant. It's gonna be all about it. And it's funny because my friend, one of my closest friends that we go meet with, because she has a daughter that's Jade's age, we like have lunch with her once a week, and she's pregnant. And so Jade's like, you know, gotten to know the fact that that people can be pregnant and have babies in their belly. So she'll come up to me and be like, Mommy, I can't believe you have a baby in your belly. And I'm like, Jade, I don't. Please. Like, and I'll just try to be like, sweetheart, because like I don't want her to say that around the wrong people, and them to be like, oh my God, you do, and me be like, no, because I'm just too awkward for that. So I'll be like, no, you're the baby that was in my belly and you came out. And she's like, yeah, but Willow, her friend, like she came out of her mommy's belly, and then her mommy has another baby in the belly. And I'm like, no, but I don't. I just, all there is to it. I just don't. Sorry to disappoint you, but I just simply don't. But still, like, it'll be all about Mommy Pig's pregnancy tomorrow. There's an interview. Oh yeah, we're going to eat this up tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. I know exactly what me and Jade are sitting down to watch. This is the biggest moment ever. And then the whistling thing that you guys keep bringing up that came on the other day, and I had never seen it before, and then I found out that it was a thing, because I went to go find the clip to show Matt, because I was laughing so hard. It's so good. Yeah, Peppa like couldn't whistle and stuff, and then she called her friend and she's like, I'm upset because I can't whistle, and her friend Susie Sheep is like, I can't whistle either. And then she's like, well, I could try. Or like, she's like, what is whistling, by the way? I keep going in here, but I don't know what I'm getting out. Oh yeah, the Archelon. And I promise I'll finish this Spirit story. But yeah, Peppa's like, I can't whistle. And Susie's like, I don't think I can either. But like, what is, I don't even know what whistling is. And Peppa like explains it or something. And then Susie Sheep tries to whistle and she gets it right away. And then Peppa just hangs up on her. It's perfect. It's so good. And Peppa does let her, that whole episode, the whistling thing ruins her fucking life. She's like distraught. Oh, she can't eat. She can't sleep. She's like so torn up about not being able to whistle, which is very, very relatable. All that to say, yeah, like Peppa Pig's her big obsession right now, but also horses. She's very into Spirit right now, and she wants to listen to all the songs in the car. I think I only have the first half of Argo on, but I'll bring it out to the beach anyway. So she's very obsessed with Spirit, and she wants to listen to the songs, which is perfect because I still to this day unironically listen to the Spirit soundtrack and just imagine like wolves and horses running in my head because you never grow out of it, right, guys? You don't grow out of it. You guys didn't grow out of it either, right? You're always going to be like that too, just like me, right? But anyway, so I play those like, so the Bryan Adams, like, I hear the wind call my name, like that kind of shit, like I will always return, that type of shit where he's like running with the herd and stuff. And play that in the car, and I just like looked out because she's finally forward facing in her car seat. She got to like that size where she's allowed to forward face and stuff. So we just recently, like within the last week or so, or like 2 weeks I guess it's been, we turned her car seat around, which is a big milestone for her. And it was so funny because the first time we were in the car and she's turned around in the car seat, and I was like doing my makeup in the car while driving, but like I'm really good at it, so it's fine. But I mostly only do it at stop signs and stoplights, okay, I promise. But I think we all do our makeup in the car, right? You guys aren't doing your makeup before leaving, right? But you should. Distracted driving is not good, you guys. But anyway, I was doing my makeup, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess you haven't seen this before. I'm doing my makeup." And she's like, "Oh." And now she's really into makeup too, and she wants makeup. And I'm like, "Girl, that is too damn messy for you. That's too messy." But she does love it. The other day, I was like, "You just gotta let him be a kid sometimes." So I got the idea to introduce her to lipstick and like kissing things and like leaving a kiss print, and I let her use some lipstick and kiss things, and she absolutely loved it. And then I have to clean it up after. It's like a big fucking mess, but sometimes you just gotta grit your teeth and be like, this is good for them, and it's just so good, and so this is a memory for her, a core memory, and like it's okay that there's gonna be a mess. I'll just fucking clean it up, like whatever. It's just, she's gonna love it, and she did love it. But anyway, so she's forward facing, so I can see what she's doing in the car now, and the Bryan Adams like swelling in the background, beautiful song, horses running in my head, and I like looked in the rearview mirror and just saw her looking out the window, listening to it quietly, and I just knew that she was like picturing horses running, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I want. Like it gave me the feeling of seeing her like looking out the window and just knowing that she was picturing horses running to this song. I was like, this is exactly it. Like she can see it in her mind. I just know it. And I just love it. I just absolutely love it. And and it's just amazing. Yeah. It's just an amazing feeling to see your child turning into like the weird horse animal girl. Cause like that was me, and it is still me to this day, like looking out the window in the car. I have $0. I gave it all to that guy. That's what I was gonna do, probably, is get money out to give to that little guy. Yeah. BG3 soundtrack. Yeah, Bard song, saved my life. And also Down by the River. I played that the other day in the car with Matt and with Jade, because me and Jade rock out to that shit all the time. But I played like Down by the River, like the singing version, and Matt was like, "What band is this? Like, is this?" He thought that was like one of our melodic death metal bands, like. And I was like, no, this is BG3, and he's like, of course, such an idiot. I was like, yeah, it's that way, it's that deep. Why am I in here? I'm trying to get money out of the ATM. Yeah, so we're not going to be live streaming the wedding. I'm going to be making a video and like getting some footage and some pictures from the island visits and stuff. But I'm going to be doing like an actual edited together video. And I think we're going to be doing maybe some streaming type stuff in Discord. We're still kind of working out the logistics of it, but we'll be, you know, doing a lot of that in Discord and stuff. But yeah, Down by the River fucks so hard. And I just love the whole soundtrack, honestly. Like Dream Walk and I Want to Live and just Bard's Song, like just so good. Just so many bops. So much. Where's the ATM? No, I got the money out. I am so stupid. So stupid. Hello, good friend. Wow, I didn't even get enough money out. Oh, no, I did. I gave you money already. Okay, sorry. You faked me out a little bit in the beginning of there. But yeah, I'm probably going to wrap up pretty soon just so I can, I got a bunch of stuff to do. And I have to pee and stuff too and eat dinner. Oh, I know. Yes. Say along the night song. Like the is that what it is? No, it's not. Is it? Where they're like I don't know. I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm not in my serious singing mode, so I'm just gonna be bad. But yeah, I know. Oh, the Raphael song. I can't wait till you guys hear my reaction to that. One of the best things, I don't even want to spoil it actually. I'm not even going to talk about it because if there's anybody here who hasn't experienced that without a spoiler, I'm not going to take it away from you. Never mind. You'll know. You'll know. If you don't already know, you will know if you play BG3 that there's just a song that will come up at some point that you will react to. And it will be a, what happened, Rudy, or Rooney, whatever the hell your name is. Have I eaten my recommended daily dose of veggies yet? Is this an ad for vitamins or something? Yeah, I love vegetables, dude. No, I always eat my recommended dose. I do. Yeah. Honestly, Veruca, I will say, as much as I hate Raphael, hate the guy, but he's an awesome villain. He's a great villain, and his voice actor goes so hard. I love Raphael as a villain. Hate the guy, can't stand the guy. There are people who love him, not just because he's a good villain, but because they want him carnally, which I guess, go for it. I don't know what to tell you. Sure, I mean, he's dead, canonically in my world, so sorry for your loss. What am I doing, Rooney? Why do I keep calling you Rudy? Your name's Rooney. But he's an amazing villain. Just perfect villain. So good. That was like one of my favorite storylines. In my playthrough especially, everything about it, I just love it. And I love him, and his voice actor again nailed it. So good. So good. Such a perfect, just devil character. I love that. Absolutely loved to hate the man. Loved it. Loved every minute of it, you know. Just so many good moments with him. And in the House of Hope in general. What a place. You know. Yeah, I'm just going to give Rooney, is that your name? Rooney? This gift. And then I'll what are you guys doing? Talking? Hey Amanda, you know, we could just have Amanda settle this. Are you all fighting? Y'all are in each other's faces. Would that work for you? Oh my god. All right, this is a perfect note to end on. Holy shit. Would that work for you, you dilapidated sourpuss? You just called him dilapidated? Fine by me, you tambourine sounding wyvern. Hey, that's something in BG3. Isn't a wyvern? Like there's like wyvern venom. Hey, that's relevant to my interests. It's probably a D&D thing. I think it's like I always think of wyvern being like a snake type thing, but it could be something else. I don't know what it is actually. But anyway, love the note, love the call, the reference, Rooney. That's really helping that's really helping your case. Anyway, the floor is yours. Tell them what happened, guys. What happened? Okay, here's the deal. The other day, we were off island. What do you mean you're off island? Y'all? Where did you go? You guys went off island? Some kid... I've never heard this dialogue. The other day, we were off island. Where the fuck did this come from? Some kid hears us talking, explodes into tears, and runs off. The fuck is this? Now I say it was this fella's crusty crime boss voice that scared off the Rugrat. But what do you think? What is this? Hey, I'll show you, crime boss. Besides, it was your banshee howl cackle that chased off the kid. What the hell? Whatever, that's the story. So who do you think's got the scarier voice, Amanda? Well, I don't want to piss you off. Yeah, you too. What the fuck is this interaction? What the hell? Alexa, thank you so much for the super chat. Wanted to say thank you for being awesome. You really helped me and my dad bond. Oh, that means a world to me. I love that. We love watching your videos and laughing at your jokes together. That's gonna make me cry. That's so sweet. I love that. There's nothing stronger and better than like a dad and child bond. I love that. That makes me so happy. I love it so much. Sending so much love to you and your dad. Shout out to your dad and shout out to you. That's so sweet. Anyway, I love that they're giving me the option to say you two hang out all the time. Why? Oh, is it the insult? No, Renee and I are just joshing. Oh. Yeah, just because he smells like rotting pears. What the hell is this conversation? I've never heard this in my life. Yeah, just because he smells like rotting pears and airplane exhaust doesn't mean we aren't friends. Dude, this is blowing my mind. Is this really happening right now? This just seems like something that wouldn't... This is perfect. Ah, you're so charming as a mortgage. You're as charming as a mortgage payment and twice as draining to be around. Holy shit. Whoa, well, I ain't gonna be able to top that today. You win. Blah, ha, ha, that was a hoot. Yeah, this dialogue is blowing my mind. Still, what did that crying kid hear to set him off like that? Maybe, hey, you don't think you overheard us word dueling, do you? Oh, no. No, he definitely did. That was crazy. You guys really won the day with that one. And then just Renee just runs off happily. Wow. Yeah, I have a present for you. Anyway, holy shit. I've never, ever seen that dialogue in my life. I know Sleepy was giving GameCube dialogue vibe, but I couldn't believe it. That was so out of... That's what I'm saying. Like, wasn't that crazy? That seems so out of character for the game. I've never seen that in my life, and I kept being like, what the hell is this? This is crazy. I don't know. I just never, ever have seen this, and I've been playing it the whole time, just like you guys. That's crazy. That is crazy. Also, I saw a reference to Salem and my friend Midnight's demolition of honor mode / pause. And by demolition, I mean they fucking did it. They won. They did BG3 honor mode, you guys. Give it up for Salem, who's in the chat right now, and also Midnight. Y'all did that. Can you believe it? I know people that won BG3 at honor mode. Isn't that crazy? Honor mode. Can't believe it. Yeah, give it up for Salem, Midnight, and also Morgana Evelyn, YouTuber. I've learned a lot from her as well on how to be better at BG3. And I'm currently playing my run that I'm playing right now on Tactician, and it's really fucking hard. But also, thank you, Evelyn, and also Midnight and Salem for giving me... I mean, why did I just call her Evelyn? Morgana Evelyn is the name, actually. YouTuber. Again, look her up if you want BG3 tips. But yeah, just so smart at playing BG3. Anyway, but I mean, I'm doing Tactician right now. It's really hard, but I'm doing pretty good. I still can't even imagine honor mode. I really can't. I just can't. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough for honor mode in the way that, like, if something bad happens that I don't like, I don't think I can accept it right now. I eventually maybe I'll be able to try it, but not anytime soon, I don't think. But anyway, yeah, Rooney, here's your gift, and also this is just crazy. I still can't believe that happened. That fucking dialogue, wasn't that has anybody else ever gotten that dialogue before? Are they doing new dialogue already? Like, how could that be? How could that be? Here you go, Rooney. Crazy. Like, I just can't imagine with honor mode. I can't imagine getting so far and then having it all go to shit. And I just feel like I wouldn't be good at, like, I don't know. I just couldn't deal with it if I just got to a certain point. And I get so attached to my tabs too. I get so fucking attached to them. I've only had 2 so far. Sasha, and I played twice for Sasha's, basically, yeah. And then and then I have Rosalie, which I guess I gotta tell you guys about her at some point. I just don't want to give anything away, like to the first playthrough, but at some point I'll tell you guys all about Rosalie. Maybe I'll even stream a part of it because I just love that playthrough. But I'm playing as a ranger right now. Rose is a ranger, tiefling ranger, and I just love her. Do you want this, by the way? No, I don't even have anything. Oh shit! Wait, I thought I have a memory of picking up a gift for you, Ken. I'm not gonna give you anything unless it's for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, the gift of disappointment. Yes. 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 Toss boy, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I love playing as a ranger too. So much. I'm loving it, honestly. And I think next time, because I really love playing as a paladin when there's a paladin in my group. And so I think at some point I want to do paladin, but I also really want to do sorcerer. It's hard, but a druid is just I'm sad that I'm not a druid, honestly. Yeah, so anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap up for now, but thank you guys. That was so much fun. What a fun little stream. This is exactly what I needed, honestly. And I will definitely be back soon with BG3 and with the wedding video all edited, as well as Fields of Mystria. I'm probably gonna stream that. I don't know, we'll see. And then once the BG3 Stardew mod is working properly, I will definitely be doing that as well. So yeah, we'll go for it, and I will see you guys very soon. And I hope to see you at the wedding too. If you want to come to the wedding, it's like an island visit and stuff. There is information on my Patreon. Just go to the link in the description, and there's still some spots left open, so definitely come join us. I love you guys. Have a good rest of your night.